Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly VOC news, where we bring you the latest and the most significant news around Chinland this past week. My name is Elvin, and here are tonight's news headlines. 400 soldiers were killed, and four others, including a military strategic commander, Colonel Zolin Tun, were injured after Qin resistant forces ambushed a military column in Hakka Township. Myanmar's military junta, together with the Qin VOC militia group known as ZRAEC, has launched a major offensive from Didim and Jikha areas in an attempt to seize Donzang Township, which is currently under the control of the Chinland government in northern Chinland. Four people, including a captured junta prisoner of war, were killed after the military carried out 2 consecutive days of airstrikes in Minda Township, southern Chinland. We'll also bring you other important developments and stories that took place across Chinland this week. 400 soldiers were killed, and four others, including Colonel Zolin Tun, the commander of the Hakka-based military strategic unit, were injured after Qin-resistant forces ambushed a military column in Hakka Township. According to CNF-CNA spokesperson Chinland, the military column led by Colonel Zolin Tun departed from the Hakka strategic base on the evening of May 14 to reinforce junta troops advancing from Phalam Township. As the convoy passed beyond the intersection near Hakatar in Hakka, forces under the Chinland government launched a drone bombing attack targeting the military column. During the attack, the junta's strategic commander and three other officers sustained serious injuries, while four soldiers were reportedly killed on the spot. Sources said the injured commander and officers were evacuated by helicopter from Kalay Township earlier that day for emergency medical treatment. The military junta has been advancing along the Phalam-Hakka highway after seizing control of Phalam Township on May 14. Junta troops reportedly reached Chuntsung village, located about 10 miles from Hakka. Following the ambush on the commander's convoy, junta troops stationed in Chuntsung village allegedly retaliated by setting fire to around 7 civilian homes inside the village. Myanmar's military junta, together with the Qin VOC militia group known as ZRAEC, has launched a coordinated offensive from both Didim and Jikha area in an apparent attempt to retake Donzang Township in northern Chinland, which is currently under the control of the Chinland government. Sources said a combined junta and ZRAEC force departed from Didim Township on May 12 and has now reached the area near Tuntuang village between Didim and Donzang. Since yesterday, the advancing troops and Chinland government defense forces have reportedly been exchanging drone attacks in the area. Another ZRAEC column advancing from the Jikha side has reportedly reached Mualkoi village located between Jikha and Donzang. Although no major ground clashes have been reported so far, tensions remain extremely high, and local sources say direct fighting could erupt within the coming days. Most civilians from Donzang town are reportedly fleeing to nearby villages and safer areas amid fears of an imminent battle. Donzang Township was captured by Chinland government forces on May 23, 2024, and administrative operations in the area have since been carried out by the CDF Donzang and the Donzang Township Council. Following the junta's seizure of Phalam Township, the military has reportedly reinforced its presence in Didim and is now launching a renewed offensive together with ZRAEC forces to regain control of Donzang. Chinland government defense forces reportedly killed 11 junta soldiers in a sniper attacks targeting advancing military troops near Chuntsung village, located about 10 miles from Hakka. The military column has been advancing toward Hakka along the Phalam-Hakka road after the junta seized control of Phalam Township. Junta troops reportedly entered Chuntsung village on May 14 as part of efforts to regain control of the strategic highway. According to CNF-CNA spokesperson Chinland, clashes between Chinland government forces and junta troops have been ongoing, and on May 15, at least 11 junta soldiers were killed by sniper fire during the fighting. Among those killed was reportedly a battalion commander believed to be directing troops on the front line. Following the losses, junta forces reportedly carried out repeated drone attacks against Chilean government positions, but resistant forces said there were no casualties on their side. Military sources also said Chilean government troops conducting clearance operations in previous contested areas, including Laikua Pagoda Hill, Tower Hill, Tlangzar, and Ramtlo village, discovered six bodies of junta soldiers who had been killed and abandoned during earlier clashes. Due to heavy losses suffered during the fighting, junta troops allegedly retaliated by setting fire to Chunchung village, destroying more than 20 civilian homes. At least four people, including prisoners of war, were killed after Myanmar's military carried out 2 consecutive days of airstrikes in Minda Township, southern Chinland, according to a statement released by the Chin Public Affairs Organization, also known as CPU. The military junta launched 2 jet fighter airstrikes targeting an area inside Minda town at around 11:45 p.m. on May 11. The following day, on May 12, the junta reportedly carried out additional aerial attacks near Mindat. 2 bombings were conducted at around 8 a.m., another 2 strikes at approximately 11 a.m., and 5 more airstrikes around 6:30 p.m. In total, the military carried out 11 airstrikes on Mindat over the course of 2 days. According to CPU, the attacks killed 4 people, including prisoners of war. The airstrikes also reportedly destroyed 15 civilian homes, 10 government office buildings, 4 vehicles, and caused additional property damage and civilian injuries. The Chin Public Affairs Organization urged residents to avoid large gatherings, prepare bomb shelters and trenches near homes and shops, and remain alert for reconnaissance drones, surveillance aircraft, and airstrike warnings. Military observers say the junta has recently been advancing troops into Saw Township in the Yaw region along the Chin-Magui border, and there are growing concerns that the military could soon launch a ground offensive toward Mindat Township in southern Chinland. The United States says it will continue taking action against Myanmar's military junta for targeting Christian religious buildings and killing civilians across the country. The statement was made by U.S. Assistant Secretary of State Michael George Desombre in response to a letter sent by the U.S.-based Burma Research Institute, or BRI, which urged the American government to protect Christian minority communities in Myanmar. BRI submitted the appeal to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on March 23rd. In a response letter sent to BRI on May 6 on behalf of Secretary Rubio, Assistant Secretary Desombre said the United States will continue imposing measures against junta leader Min Aung Hlaing and other military officials. According to the letter, U.S. government plans to maintain actions including visa restrictions and financial sanctions targeting junta leaders and those responsible for human rights abuses. The Assistant Secretary also stated that the State Department would carefully review each recommendation submitted by the Burma Research Institute and examine additional ways to apply effective pressure on the military regime to stop its violent actions. According to documents submitted by BRI, the bombing of Christ the King Catholic Church in Falam on April 8 and the airstrike on Mindat Baptist Church during Palm Sunday on April 13 further demonstrate the urgent need to hold perpetrators of human rights violations accountable in Myanmar. Meanwhile, junta leader Min Aung Hlaing has reportedly spent millions of dollars hiring lobbyists in an effort to rebuild retaliations with the United States after ongoing what critics describe as a sham election and appointing himself president. Despite those efforts, the U.S. government has now publicly reaffirmed that it will continue taking action against Myanmar military's regime. That concludes our news for this week. Thank you for listening to VOC and have a great week. Goodbye.